past matters. The reason is not that such knowledge will necessarily lead to good policy making, but that ignorance will surely lead to bad. Therefore, at all times, the history of the struggle for civil rights is worthy of remembering so that we in no way repeat our past painful history and so that our current efforts do not lead to poor policy. While acknowledging the past, there are those who say, and you have heard it, the past should stay in the past. And thereby they dismiss any attempt to recall past events. I certainly agree with this statement, but would add that the only way to have the past stay in the past is to always remember it, so as to not repeat it in the future. Therefore, my first indication about the way forward is to always maintain an adequate historical memory that prevents us from the false attractiveness of regression or of repeating past injustices and mistakes. We must teach our children our history. Acknowledging our past, we are now 50 years into this effort. The process of learning to live together in harmony as people of different races and cultures continues. Much has been accomplished, and there remains much that must be accomplished. We must continue to work with civil government to assure adherence to laws and to foster continued advancement. However, as Dr. King has alluded to just now, I would contend that while the adherence to civil law has progressed, there is the ongoing challenge with regard to the way forward that remains to be accomplished by people of faith, and it can only be accomplished by people of faith. Going forward as people of faith and as religious institutions, we must always remember that our goal is not simply adherence to law. As important as that is, it's a good thing and a necessary thing. But our goal as people of faith is to engage in the continuous struggle for the conversion of human hearts in the area of racial harmony, to allow people to love one another. Martin Luther King's image of the beloved community. Our goal is deeper than simple external adherence. Our task as people of faith is the conversion of hearts to make civil rights and racial harmony not only an outward public manifestation, but also to make civil rights and racial harmony an inward private value that transforms not only our actions, but our attitudes as well. We must accept the responsibility and the hard work first of our own ongoing conversion, and then seek to engender in others a similar conversion. We must allow God to transform our hearts, then work with Him to transform the hearts of others. That's my second point with regard to moving forward. It is the ongoing conversion of human hearts, first our own, and then the hearts of others, that is our goal, the beloved community. How is it that we transform hearts? How do we raise the call to conversion in society today? We live in an age that lauds the ability to accomplish tasks without encountering another person. Isn't that amazing? We consider it moving forward when I can do this by myself, not having to meet anyone else. There are all kinds of technical advances that make it possible for us to address our needs without encountering any other person. We consider it advancement when we can do that. Some of it is good. But as we all know, technology goes wrong, and it goes wrong very often. And when something technologically goes wrong, what is it that we want? I want to talk to a person. Don't tell me to push a button. I'm tired of listening to the music. Don't tell me to call another number. I want to talk to a person. My dear friends in Christ, God did not intend that which we have done with regard to racial unrest. Something has gone wrong. And that is why we must talk to one another. Because the only way we're going to fix it is to speak to each other. To hear one another's stories. At the time Dr. King marched in Birmingham, people watched it on television and they were amazed because TV brought it right into their homes, but we are now more desensitized to that. The only thing that brings it home to us is when I stand face to face with someone who has suffered injustice, and then my heart is moved, and I come to understand. Technology can be a part of the way in which we move forward, but it cannot be the only part of the way in which we move forward. Our Lord Jesus Christ brought his message of love to each and every person. And so we must, like him, bring that same message of love. Therefore, my third point with regard to the way forward is that the best and most enduring advances in the area of civil rights and racial harmony come about by way of positive, ongoing, direct interaction between people of different races and cultures when we listen to one another's stories, when we hear each other's pain. In conclusion, let me state that the reason that we continue to need to embark upon the way forward is clear. Racism, prejudice, and intolerance still rear their ugly heads in our society and even in our own personal lives. Like an iceberg below the surface of our society are patterns of injustice embedded in the American psyche that are engendered and fueled by local and national occurrences that are plastered across TV, that light up computer screens, and are sometimes twisted totally out of control by vitriolic blog comments. Recent atrocities between people of different races, ongoing mistrust and injustice, and widespread apathy regarding the living conditions of those who are poor or marginalized in our country are pertinent examples of the racial turmoil that festers below society even today. Such conditions demand that we forge the way forward, which can be accomplished by remembering our past history, accepting the challenges of people of faith and religious institutions to convert hearts, to change laws, to advance this change of heart through direct interaction with people, one person